Hey guys, my name is Sergey and we're continuing to build our roguelike card game. In the last episode, we added cards and I asked you what you wanted to see next. Let's have a look at the results. Well, it seems like the overwhelming majority of you wanted to see a deck of cards in action. Well, let's have a look at the outcome. In the previous version, we had a couple of cards in our hands, but once we played them, they disappeared and there was nothing else we could do. And here is where a deck of cards comes in. It allows us to draw new cards, as well as to discard the used ones back into the deck. Let me demonstrate this in the game. As you can see, we still have our hand of cards, but there is also two additional piles, one on the left and one on the right. And now, when we play cards, they don't completely disappear, instead, they go in our discard pile, and the number in the middle represents the amount of cards in that pile. So now, if we keep playing cards, you can see that the number of cards in our discard pile keeps increasing. And we run out of cards. But don't despair, in this version, whenever we press end turn, we're supposed to draw 3 new cards from our draw pile, in which there are 9 new cards. Let's test it out! And there we go! 3 new cards were drawn. And now if we play them, they'll end up in our discard pile. Thus, we can keep drawing new cards and keep playing them. And you might ask, what happens when you run out of cards? Let's consider this scenario. We've only got 2 cards left in our draw pile, but we're supposed to draw 3. So what's going to happen is that after we draw 2 cards from our draw pile, the remaining cards from our discard pile are going to get shuffled and put back into our draw pile. Let's try it out. We can see that the 10 cards from the discard pile migrated to our draw pile and we drew our 3rd card, and that's why there are currently 9 cards in our draw pile. So this is the essence of a deck cycling mechanism. It allows for a continuous turn-based combat where you keep using the cards from your deck. And now that we have a drawing mechanism, I added a new card to the game. As you can notice, I added a new card called Draw. What it allows you to do is to simply draw 1 new card. Let's see it in action. Voila! We drew a new card. Now, this is a very good progression step for the game, but it's not very helpful for us as game creators. We don't really know which cards are coming up next, so it's difficult to test and control different scenarios. This is why I spent some time to create development environment. Here, we can peek behind the scenes and see the exact cards in the exact order both in our draw deck and our discard deck. That way, when we play, let's say, heal, it's going to move in our discard deck, and we're able to see this. Similarly, if we were to draw a card, we will know that the next card we're going to draw will be Slash, because it's the next card in order. Let's try this out. There we go, the card has been drawn. I've also added additional functionality to play cards directly from either of the draw deck or the discard deck. For example, even though we've already played our draw card, we can take it directly from the discard deck and play it. Of course, this functionality is not going to be available in the game, but we can use it to our advantage in case we want to test, let's say, a specific combination of cards that are not currently available in our hand. So this will be it for the current progress, and in the next video we're going to add some enemy interactions. The combat has felt a bit one-sided after all. Until then, let me know what you think of our new deck mechanic, and I'll see you in the next video.